Good morning, good evening, friends. Good evening, students. So, this is the continuation of the module 4, that is packages and interfaces. So, in this class, you are going to study what is the use of interface. So, in the previous class, we have gone through what is interface, and what are packages and what the interface will contain and all. So I will give you a brief introduction about that. So first you will be having any interface, and that interface will contain one member function, and that member function can be executed by any object of any class. So that's why I'm telling you the example here. The interface is printable, which contains one member function, print. Okay, so this print is being implemented by here. You are not giving what the print is going to do. Okay, so that means you are only specifying the function that can be accessed by any object of the class. So that's only the declaration of the function is given here. So next you are creating a class called A6 that implements this printable. So printable is a interface. The class, how to link the class with the interface? By using the word implements. So when you go for implements, you have to give the code for that particular print. So as it is going to implement the interface printable, any member function which is declared inside the interface should have the body of the function. So that's why here in this interface printable, you have taken the function called print. So for that, you are going to have a body of the function. So what's the body you have given? Public state. So system.out.println, hello you have given. So inside this class, now you have to create an object that will call this particular interface. So for that, we are taking the main function and create an object obj of class type. So what's the class type? Class type is A6, because class name is A6. Our object is been for class A6. So this is the constructor statement what I have given. So this is called as, so for this one we call it as constructor. Okay, so next, what is the object you have created? Obj. So this obj will act on data member and member functions. Any data members given inside this interface or class? No, there is no data members. So directly there is one member function. That member function is print, which is going to print the particular statement. So now the object obj is going to call a member function print. So that will be given as obj.print. Okay, so this is the brief idea what I have given in the interface. So first you have to keep in your mind what the interface will contain. It will consist of data members and member functions. So here you have taken a one member function. So how a class implements, how a class access a interface? By using the word called implement. So that we use class A6 implements printable. So inside that you have to write the code for the member function print, which is declared in interface. Okay, so for that you are going to give the member function code that we will give it as system.out.println. Next we insert the main function. You create an object of that class. So what's the object? Obj of class A6, and now we are going to call the member function on object. So that will be given as obj.print. Okay, so now you come for this next particular concepts. So multiple inheritance using interface. So how many multiple inheritance? So that means you are going to inherit one interface. That is one particular thing. One class is going to inherit one interface. So if there are more interfaces, so what is the concept? One class is going to implement how many? Two interfaces. So that is called as a multiple inheritance. So for how many? One class is inheriting how many interfaces? Two interfaces. That's why we call it as multiple inheritance. If they ask you single inheritance, you explain the example of class A6. So this is for multiple inheritance. You are having two interfaces with one class. So don't create two classes, one class with two interfaces. Okay, that is the concept multiple inheritance. So for that I have taken one. How many interface you should take? Two interface. How many class you should take? One class. How many object you have to create? One object that will call this two interface. So first interface is printable. Declare a function print. So next one is showable. Declare a function show. Okay, so next you take a class. So two interfaces are there. What comes next? You have to declare a class and write the function for that particular interfaces for methods. So for that I will be taking A7. A7 is the class name which implements how many? Implements printable comma showable. So these are the two. That's why I have given it here. Implements printable comma showable. So for that write the code further. Which is the first interface you have taken? Printable. So that's why we have to go for which function? Print function is the first one you have to take. So that's why I'm taking print system dot println hello. So next again you go for the showable. Implementing the showable will have the function show. So show will tell you system.out.println welcome. So now you have written the code for two interfaces. Now you create an object and call the interfaces. So creating an object, you consider the main function. So create an object obj of which class? So create an object obj of class A7. So that is the constructor you are going to give it here. So that is A7 obj is equal to new of A7. So this is the constructor concept what you have discussed. So now that obj is going to call data members and member functions. But inside the class or interfaces, there is no data member. So we are directly going for member function. How many member functions you have? As A7 implements printable and showable. Printable contains one, showable will contain one. So now the obj will work on both print as well as show. So when this particular statements are executed, so you will be, when you call obj.print, the print will be executed and will print as hello. Similarly, obj.show will call the function show of interface showable and it is going to print the way it is welcome. So what will be the output? It will be hello welcome. Understood the concept? So you have to be very important question, multiple inheritance using interface. So it's a very important concept. So mark it as star. Okay, so come for the next concept, aggregation. So what the aggregation means? In one class containing another class is called as an aggregation. Aggregate means what? Take all in one. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್. Okay, so for that effect that is represented as, so till now you have seen interface class is a relationship, class is a ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ is a sub part of class. So interface implements or class is a interface, you can tell. So similarly aggregation represents as a relationship. So as a andre class as a another class. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ as a another class. So that is called as aggregation, or you can take it as nested classes also. So for example, you can minded class, you take it as employee. So first data members and member functions. So data members, first one is id, second one is name. So this belongs to integer and string data type. But you go for the address, you give the class data type as address, because address we are going to take it as class. So at that time the data type for the address variable will be the class name only. So class name will be the address for address. So as we tell address is a class, so now you have to write what the address class will consist of. So ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ 3 ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ID, name, address. Whereas ID and name are instance variables, but address is also a class. So that's why we can take it as class employee as a class address. So class employee as a class address. So that is the as a relationship what I can explain you here. So now inside the class address, so here you are going to close the employee class. So employee class is going to end it here. Now you come for the class address, house number, string city, state, country, and zip code. So as address is another class which consists of data members, house number, city, state, country, and zip code. So this particular class can be placed in another class. So the placing class within the class is called as a aggregation. So consider the example here. Okay, so aggregation what I have taken one class. So class as operation. So class ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ is a part of class employee. So now you come for the class operation. Example, you come, how many classes you need for aggregate? Minimum of 2. So for that you will be taking it as class operation. So under class operation you have one function. So what is the function? Square int n. So you are doing some operation. So square of int n, return n star n. What is the function name? Function name is square. You are going to return, what is the code? It is going to return it as return n star n. So returning n star n, so it will tell you, you are going to find the square of a number. So find the square of the number is the operation. So for that you have to take the another class. So another class is class circle. So class circle you are taking an operator, that is OP. So OP is a operator. OP is an object of another class. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ address is a operator, address is a variable of ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವು. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಯರ್ OP is the data member of class name operation. Okay, so inside that first variable is finished. So next you take double pi is equal to 3.14, it is a data member. Now you take a member function. So the member function what you have taken is, so it is area. That means you are going to calculate area. So area, what is the input? Input will be the radius. Because you are going to find the area of the circle, the only parameter what you want to have is formula is pi r square. So input variable is, radius. So that we take it as OP is equal to, under area you write it as OP is equal to nu of operations r square. So r square is equal to OP dot square of radius. So pi r square is the formula. For that you have to first find what? R square. So r square has been calculated using OP dot square of radius. So where is OP? OP is an object of class operation. So that is going to call OP dot square of radius, and that is been stored into r square. So finally you are going to return pi star r square. So kindly understand this particular concept. So class operation is one that will return only the square. So for that you have written the code. To find the square of n, int n, you give it as return n star n. So you take it as class circle. So under that class circle, you take the variable as OP. ಸೊ ಆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ OP and we give pi. So why you are taking all this? To find the area. So to find the area you take it as OP is equal to new operation. So you can give it in here this particular statement only. Operation OP is equal to new operation ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, but we have given only the aggregation there. So next you are going to, this OP is been acting on where? So this OP will act on square. So OP dot square of radius. So square of radius you have to give. Okay, so the ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏರಿಯಾಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. You are going to call a member function area. For that you give the radius as 5. So return pi star r square. So now this is the member function. Now you create an object called C of class circle and you call the member function, that is member function is area. Okay, so C dot area of 5, now you are going to print it. So that will give you pi r square, 5 cross 5, 25, 25 cross 3 is 75 something, you will be getting it as result. So this is aggregation. So next you come for the concept native methods native. ಸೊ ನೇಟಿವ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ನೇಟಿವ್ ಯಾವುದು, ನೀವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನೇಟಿವ್? ನೇಟಿವ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹೋಮ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರ್ತೀರೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೇಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಜಾವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಜಾವಾ. ಜಾವಾ ಇಸ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರ್? C++. So where is the native for Java? C++ is derived from C. So now you are making use of interface C with Java using native methods or native keyword. So kindly understand the concept here. So Java ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅವ್ರ native ನೋಡಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, it is developed from C. It may be different. It may be different from C, but it is developed from C because Java is developed from C++ and C++ is developed from C. So C is the native for Java. So then what is the native method is used? It is used as an interface between Java native interface and other programming languages. Most native methods ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು? ಸಿ ಇಂದಲೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಮೆಕಾನಿಸಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸಿ ಕೋಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಜಾವಾ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ JNI, Java Native Interface. So it is a Java Native Interface is a mechanism used to integrate ಸಿ ಕೋಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಜಾವಾ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಸಿ ಕೋಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಾವಾ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮೆಕಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ? JNI. ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್. It is used for machine level communication. Machine level ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Java it's object oriented, C structured, but both are to be converted into machine level, right? So for that it is used for, you have to take it as machine level communication. It is used to achieve the already existing legacy non-Java code whose implementation is in another programming language. So ಬೇರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಜಾವಾ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಈ ನೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ನೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್. ನೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟು printf, scanf, everything, there is one native method that is supported for C as well as Java. Which one it is? It is Java H. It is Java H. So Java it generates H, Java C compiler, Java compiler, Java H generates C header and source files that are needed to implement native methods. After the compilation of Java program, we can create the header file Java H happy. So kotre enagutte, it will create happy.h written in C or C++. Okay, so that is the native methods and native class. Next you come for the concept Java inner class. So Java inner class. So where you come across the word inner class? So inner class is when you have a class is defined within the class of interface. Interface ಇರೋ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಜಾವಾ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Understanding the concept, right? So what is Java? A class which is defined within the class of interface is known as inner class, and concept is known as nesting of class. You understand carefully. It's class which is defined within the class of interface. Interface na define ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರೀ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಕೋಡ್ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ? ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್ ಏನಂತ ಬರಿತೀವ? ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿತೀವಿ? ಯು ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಎ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ A6 implements printable. So inside that particular print you are going to write the code. So if that class is containing another class inside, so class A6 ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮತ್ತೇನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ A7 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ A8 ಅಂತ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕೋಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ a class which is going to implement an interface. Okay, so where the code is written for that particular member function. ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂತೀರಾ? ಬರೀ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೋಡ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬೇರೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳು ಒಳಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ A6 ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ A6 ಮತ್ತೆ A7 ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ವಾ, ಆ A6 ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು A7 A8 ಅಂತ ಬಂದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ? ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ನೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು, ಏನಕ್ಕಿದು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು ಅಂತ. So it is used to group classes and interface one place so that it can be readable and maintainable. It is used to group all the classes and interfaces in ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳು. ಇವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಔಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಂದೈತೆ, ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಮಾರು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸಸ್ ನ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ? ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಔಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಔಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್: Java outer class code, class Java inner class code. So this is the syntax. So in the class Java outer class example A6. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಬಂದಿರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ಗೆ ಕೋಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೋಡ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ತಾನೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಜಾವಾ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, so for that, what are advantages? There are 3 advantages of inner class. So it can access, so first thing, it can access all the members of the outer class including private. It is used to develop what? Readable and maintainable code. It requires less code to write, that is code optimization. So now you come for the example. Inside the nested classes can be 2 types. One is static, the other one is non-static. In general, non-static classes are inner classes. ಯಾವುದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆಗದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ. Okay, so which are the types? They are given below. First one is member inner class. So member class, within a class and outside method. ಸೊ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಆ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರೀತೀಯಲ್ವಾ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಚೆ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ? ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಅನಾನಿಮಸ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್, anonymous means it is used for implementing the interface or extending the classes. Local inner class. ಮೆಥಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಬರೀತಿರಲ್ವ ಕೋಡ್, ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಚೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ನಾವೇನಾಗ್ತೀವಿ? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋದಾನೆ, ಮೆಥಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ನೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. So static class created within the class is called nested class. Nested interface. Interface created within the class or interface is called nested interface. So member inner class. A class created within the class. Class created within the class and outside the method. And outside the method. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರದ್ದು? ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಇವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಔಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀಯ ತಾನೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಆಚೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಔಟರ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ನರ್. So first I will take you to the outer class, that I will give it as test member outer one. So ಯಾವುದೇ class ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು what you will be there, data member and member function. So outer class is containing a data member data. So it is containing a data member data with a value 30. Okay, so no member functions are there for the outside class. Now you are going for the inner class. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನು ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎನಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಸೊ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂದ ಔಟರ್ ಒನ್ ಅಂತ ಐತೆ ತಾನೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಓನ್ಲಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅರೆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ a message, a member function called message, and that way for that you will be giving it as what is the data by using system.println data is. Now you come for the main function. Now you have closed which one? So inner class is closed, outer class is closed. Okay, sorry, only the inner class is closed. So after the inner class, now you come for the main function. So create an object of outer class. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗಿದ್ರು ಯಾವ್ದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಔಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಔಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್? ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಔಟರ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಔಟರ್ ಒನ್ obj is equal to new test member outer one. Okay, so this obj is going to call. So this one obj ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂದು ಡೇಟಾ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್? ಔಟರ್. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಐತೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಿವ್ outer one dot inner in is equal to obj dot new inner. So this is the syntax what you are going to give for our object of inner to access the method of inner class. So object ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಡೇಟಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಔಟರ್ ಒನ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಸ್ equal to obj dot new inner. So when you give like that, so it will show you, it will show now the inner obj can access the inner class object. So inner class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು function ಇರೋದು, inner class will contain message. So for that you can give it as inner in. So in is an object now. So in is in dot message. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, obj ಬಂದು ಔಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ, ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂತೀರಾ? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್, outer class name dot inner class name space object name. So outer class name is test member outer one dot inner class name is inner with object is equal to in is equal to obj dot new inner. Now this inner object can create, now inner object can access all the data. What is the in dot data is equal to 30. In dot message ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ now that is ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಇದು ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ನೌ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಜಾವಾ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಂಡರ್ ಜಾವಾ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ನೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಎ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ನೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಜಾವಾ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ static. It cannot access non-data members and methods. It can be accessed by outer class name. It can access data members of outer class including private. It cannot access non-static. Static ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ outer member ಇಂದು static data members ಮತ್ತೆ member functions access ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, outer class name ನ access ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, but non-static data members ಮತ್ತೆ methods ನ ಅದು access ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, so that is the example we have taken here. Say similar to test one, same thing. Static into data is equal to 30. Static class inner. So static class inner. So now you are going for message. So take the same thing, but there is no, but we are going to directly access the inner statement. So test outer one dot inner obj is equal to new test outer one dot inner. So ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ obj with outer, next obj belongs to outer and that obj will have inner in. So in ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ. obj test outer one dot inner obj is equal to new test outer one dot inner obj dot message ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. So this is the concept of Java inner classes. Okay, so hope well you are understood. So only thing what you have in Java inner classes is two types. One is static, non-static. Non-static we have discussed in member inner class. So next static, so it cannot access what? So when you go for message, this one cannot access this particular non-static access madakagala. It will show you data is 30 because this data what you have given, it can access any data member which is static. Okay, so output will be data is 30. So ಇವಾಗ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರು ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ತೆಗೆದಾಕಿದ್ರೆ you can't access this particular. So nested classes cannot access non-static. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಡೇಟಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇ ಹೊರತು ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ತೆಗೆದಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, so this is the in this class very important concept is single inheritance using interface. First example what I have told, A6 using printable, multiple inheritance using interface. So I have taken two classes, one is print, the other one is showable, that one. So next one you have to go for native. You can read but it's very less, but you come for the Java inner classes, it's very important. So Java inner class is very important, that too you go for the non-static nested classes. Okay, so go for the definition explanation with program. So this concept is very Java inner class which is non-static is very important than static. Okay, so this part will complete that particular chapter, packages and interfaces. So in the as module 4 will contain two chapters, packages and interfaces. Next one is multi-threaded programming. So next in the next class you will be saying what is multi-threaded programming. So here I will be ending my class. Okay, hope you understand the concepts well. Kindly listen to the videos and understand the concepts. If any doubts you can ask me. So thank you one and all. So I will be ending this class here. Thank you.